Try it once.
Nobody there. Try again. Our rascally rogue's not there. Try another spot.
Yeah, it's just generic commentary.
Our rascally rogue's not there. Try another spot.
Okay, so the correct spot is in the middle.
Bullseye! Carmen's note pointed to the king of the gods, and that means Amun-Re, the Egyptian sun god. This case is sealed shut. Sir Vile is under wraps, and the Book of the Dead is back on track. Let's go, Sir Vile. We've got a nice, damp Acme cell where you can kick back and rust.
You hath put the lid on my dark deeds for now, Acme agents. But you shall never seal my armored coat!
Congratulations! You snagged that sneaky Sir Vile, bagged the Book of the Dead, and even managed to mummify a pharaoh. I salute you! Thanks to you, the ancient ruler will have laughter in the afterlife and Egyptian history is restored. Great job! There's another case ahead if you want to take it. Ready to get right back to work? Tie on your toga, time pilot. This time tunnel terminates in ancient Rome, circa 50 BCE, during Julius Caesar's reign. For some reason, Rome's amazing water system is completely dry. You'd better find out why. This case calls for a master engineer. That's why I'm sending along Acme's inventor extraordinaire, Ivan Idea, as your good guide. He's got your time cuffs and your next Chronopedia chapter. Good luck with the case, time pilot, and dip a toe in the Po if you get a chance.
What a hairdo at the top of that column!
Indeed. The ornate style of that column is one of my favorites. Makes one think of beautifully sculpted leaves, don't you think?
Heavy! That looks like a statue of the Greek god Hermes.
The Greeks called him Hermes, but we Romans call him Mercury, messenger of the gods. His winged ankles make for fast deliveries.
That's a mosaic, an intricate picture put together like a jigsaw puzzle using ceramic tiles or cut stones. This column seems to be lacking vertical flutes. Its sides are smooth as silver.
Ah yes, we Romans use several different types of columns in our buildings. The variety was inspired by our Greek predecessors.
I like the simple elegance of this column. I wonder if the Chronopedia has any details about it. Wow, look at that fine furniture!
this general, and I have commanded the best trained legions in all the Roman Empire. I made my reputation as a general, but lately I've been focusing on politics. I brought order to the rowdy Roman streets, and I plan to introduce the 365-day calendar any month now. Yes, and a most felonious one. Some wretch stole the whole city block that houses the Roman Forum. The Forum is the center of all government, business, law, and religion. Rome will be lost without it. The villain escaped through our sewer system before my legionnaires could grab him, wrecking the pipes in his rush. When the thief escaped, he knocked many of the sewer pipes out of place. We have a serious failure of flow as a result. Why? Everyone needs clean water to drink and bathe, and the latrines must carry away unhealthy wastes. If the sewers are not fixed, things will get ugly, fast. I thought you'd never ask. Go find my head plumber who is working beneath the streets of Rome. He could certainly use your help fixing the scattered sewers. Until later, farewell.
It's about time you laborers arrive to fix the plumbing. No one can bathe properly without flowing water. That graceful fountain is where we get all our drinking water. I find it a lovely sculpture when it is working.
The Romans used hidden tanks and the force of gravity to make water jet out of their fountains. Cool. That looks like a little Roman temple.
That pleasant little temple is built in the old Greek style. I often have lunch there after my bath. Pateo! That latrine looks backed up. The smell alone could overpower a fierce enemy.
Latrine is another word for toilet. So, hey, where do you guys keep the toilet paper?
Oh, paper is much too rare and expensive to be used in that manner. We prefer sponges attached to sticks. This tepidarium is usually a comfortable place when the bath is filled with warm water. But not today. Hey there! Stopped by for some bath gossip? Justinian is my name. Just your regular dashing and handsome Roman, enjoying my community bath. Why, they're a welcome event for me. I come to exercise, cleanse my body, and listen to gossip. Unfortunately, there's not much of a crowd today. Soap? What is soap? No, I rub olive oil over my body, scrape it off with a strigil, and rinse with fresh water. Clean as a whistle. Here's the latest gossip. Caesar is getting so powerful and popular that he might declare himself emperor. The Senate is getting so nervous that they may take drastic action. Juicy stuff, no? Ah, now there's a debate needing more than one bath. Put briefly, the Senate and Caesar share power in Rome, but tend to try and outdo each other. I'd love to, but without water there is not much of a bath.
Hail, friends. I could really use a hand. Hordes of angry Romans may come flooding down here at any moment.
We have a job to do, pilot, and remember, talk to me if you need help.
These parts will help us rebuild the sewer system.
This pipe is heading down from the latrine, alias toilet. That's Latin for bath, so this pipe must be leading up to the tub above.
This is the freshwater inlet pipe.
Sounds refreshing. Where does all the water come from?
All of Rome's water comes from distant rivers. We cleverly transport it here through long underground channels. We may even build above-ground channels someday and call them aqueducts. Greetings! I hope you've come to help solve my plumbing predicament. I'm Marius Maximus, plebeian plumber of the Roman Republic. My job is essential. Roman plumbing brings fresh water to the public baths and fountains while also carrying away waste. Without my services, Rome would be a mess. It seems an escaping thief knocked many of these sewer pipes out of place. If things aren't fixed fast, the Roman citizenry will soon be thirsty, dirty, and sick. Try putting these sewer pipes into place. When you finish, we'll arm the pumps and get the water flowing. Like this. It is quite simple, really. We need to get clean water flowing up to the fountain and bath above, and we need to drain the dirty latrine water down to that trough on the floor.
Okay, here comes the fun part. We're going to drain the latrine into both the fountain and the bath. In that case, the guy upstairs will complain that everything is amiss. Everything's mixed up. Now I just gotta figure out how to do that.
A Carmen note! Our thief must have pipelined right through here.
Say, no souvenirs. The pipes are only for use on the Roman sewers. Right, you've plugged up all the gaps. Time to use the pumps.
Let me just make sure this is correct. I assume that the blank ones mean up, since this one says down on it with the arrow symbol. So that means that the latrine will go to the fountain, and the bath will loop back up to itself, I guess? That seems like what it's gonna do.
Let's apply some muscle. Will you help me pump?
Primed and ready to pump.
Why don't you journey up to the surface and see if our pipes are working in the daylight?
We have flow up top. We'd best examine the facilities here more closely.
Hail, fellow plumbers. How goes the flow?
Sorry, but the sewer still seems out of whack.
Ah, well, try rearranging the pipes. That may help.
That was not my intention. I meant for both the fountain and the bath to be backed up. Let me see how I can change this for that to happen.
Say, no souvenirs. The pipes.
This pipe is heading...
No.
So this way, the bath is going to go into the fountain, and the latrine is going to go into the bath. Well, the other way around is how it's going to flow. So the latrine into the bath, and the bath into the fountain. Let's see if that works the way I want it to.
Please go above ground and see if the pipes are now working.
What happened down there? This bathwater is vile and smells like a country barnyard. Ooh-wee!
We have flow up top. We'd best examine the facilities here more closely.
Evil luck! There is foul water flowing into our fountain. We can't drink water that smells so poisonous.
The Romans thought that the smell of sewage made you sick because they didn't know about the real culprit, tiny bacteria.
Ugh! The water in here smells like a stagnant pond. I believe I was cleaner before I began my bath.
How does it look up top?
Well,
I see.
Okay, let's fix it for real this time. It's either going to be like this, or I have to swap these two pipes. I'm not sure.
Please go above ground and see if the pipes are now working.
Congratulations! The plumbing works fine now, and I was in sore need of a bath. Oh, and I found this floating in my clean bath water. Have a look.
super job! You found the last Carmen note. We can decipher the riddle with a little help from the Chronopedia. I'm charging up the time cuffs. Let's use them where the thief is hiding.
So the clue is use some marble quite ionic, and according to the Chronopedia, a marble references the columns, and ionic references a specific style of column. So that's where we'll find the thief.
Hold on there! I'm cleaning up, but not through thievery.
Well done, my fine pipe fitters. Hail Caesar! I mean, tell Caesar that the sewer has been salvaged. I'd be plumb silly to hide a thief. Use those bracelets elsewhere.
Gladiator. No thief hiding behind Hermes. Bummer. Super deducing, pilot. That column with the marble horns is 100% ionic. Talk about ironic. We've cracked the case and captured the diabolical Dr. Belljar. Tough luck, Belljar. Your formula for fiendishness has failed. You're due for a long tune-up in the Acme jail.
You've pulled the plug on my prank, but Carmen won't leave me short-circuited for long.
Way to go, Time Pilot! You busted that beastly bell jar, found the forum, and restored the history of civil engineering. Thanks to you, Rome's sewer system is in top working order, and because of that, we all have indoor plumbing today. For that, you deserve recognition. I'm promoting you to Time Scout. Now you've got something to scout about. There's a whole new case just up ahead. Can you take it on right now? Your next stop in time is the 11th century. You'll land in Vinland. You know it as North America, but no one will call it that for another 500 years. Leif Erikson and his band of Vikings should have departed for Greenland by now, but they're going nowhere fast. Find out what's holding them up. I'm sending Rock Solid to be your good guide. Rock's an expert explorer, and in the wilderness of Vinland, that's just what you'll need. He's got your time cuffs and another Chronopedia chapter. Good luck scouting, Time Scout!
This must be where the Vikings landed in North America in 1002. But the Vikings should have sailed home by now. We better find out what went wrong.
Ah! My ship! A scoundrel's run off with my poor ship! It's almost reached the horizon!
Vikings were expert sailors and used vessels like that Canoe ship to travel and raid throughout Europe. The Atlantic Ocean is wide and treacherous. Only the sturdiest sailors and boats can traverse it.
We Norsemen may be skilled sailors, but we prefer to stay within sight of land. While crossing the wide ocean, we spent several anxious days with nothing in sight but water. By Thor's hammer, my ship has been pilfered! I must summon my crew for a thing! Leif Erikson's the name. I'm an explorer like my father, Eric the Red. I've led my loyal crew here to Vinland.
Leif Erikson was also known as Leif the Lucky, but Luckless might be a better name for him today.
It is, landsman, it is. Another Greenlander, Bjarni Haraldsson, passed these shores but never landed. That was an honor he left for me. And now I must return to Greenland. Why, to spread tidings of my discovery to the Norse people. And after 8 long months here, even a mighty explorer can get homesick. A thieving rogue took our ship. Without it, we'll be marooned in Vinland forever. Alas, no, but I did catch a whiff of something vile in the air.
Haha.
Whoa there, Scout. Leif's in trouble. Let's ask him what happened and offer our help before we start exploring.
Greeting. I'll keep an eye on the ship, while you summon my crew for a thing. A thing is an assembly of Norsemen, gathered to make an important group decision. This democratic practice was brought from Iceland to Greenland by my father, Eric the Red. With a fleet of 25 ships, my father, Eric the Red, sailed from Iceland to settle Greenland in 985. Of course, everyone must contribute their opinion before a decision is reached. There'd always be doubt if we left someone out.
hurry back!
Remember, just talk to me if you need any help, partner. Good eye. It's a scrap of Carmen's note to her thief. In places where wood and stone were rare, Vikings built houses like these out of grass sod. That's an ornamental necklace called Thor's hammer. Thor was one of the Viking gods, like Woden, Loki, and Frey. Some of the days of the week in our modern calendar are named after Norse gods. The Viking shield was brightly painted and usually made of wood, with iron in the center and around its rim.
That Norse shield can be held by hand or hung from a ship's side during fierce sea battles.
That's a battle axe, a weapon well known for its smashing and cutting power. Looks like a handy tool.
My axe loves the taste of enemy shields. Feel free to borrow it.
Vikings used long, sharp spears as thrusting weapons. Talk about a tough toothpick. Blacksmithing was very important to the Vikings, whose survival in battle depended on the quality of their weapons and armor. Blacksmiths used trusty tongs like these to hold on to sizzling red-hot metal, and it blisters just thinking about it. A sword was a Viking's most precious weapon.
All I need is a spot of silver to finish off this ceremonial blade. Welcome, but stand back. This sword is white hot. I'm Ivor the blacksmith. I make tools, weapons, and armor for the Norse community. Iron mostly. For a blacksmith, iron is as good as gold. I'm heating a blade of iron in my forge, then hammering it into a sword. It will be a beautiful piece, but I need a little silver to finish it off. Why, the sword is a Norseman's most valued weapon. We even give our swords dramatic names like Battlefire or Dragonbite. But I can't name this new sword until I have some silver. I'm afraid I can't leave until I've polished off this sword with some fine silver. A well-crafted sword deserves to gleam like a dragon's eye. Farewell, travelers. Come back and visit my forge again.
A silver nugget. The Vikings used silver and other precious